There. Ah, there's water or something. Please. Please. Ah, I can't breathe, officer.
Shut up.
They gonna kill me. They gonna kill me, man.
I am in absolute shock right now. I just watched for 10 minutes the murder, the absolute execution of a man in the custody of the police in Minneapolis. George Floyd got the cops called on him because he was writing a bad check. The cops show up. Apparently there was some resisting. But at the point in the video that I saw, the police officer had George on his belly, handcuffs on behind his back. This officer had one knee on his back, another knee on his neck. And George, you hear George begging for his life, saying, "I can't breathe." Please, I can't breathe. And this officer sits with his hands in his pocket, with one knee on this man's neck and another in his back for 10 minutes. 10 freaking minutes. He sat there with his knee on his neck. What the hell is going on that the police, especially in a climate like right now, where there's so much race baiting going on? What the hell was he thinking, and what the hell was the other officer thinking that was standing there, not listening to the people that were watching, saying he can't breathe, he's not responsive, check for a pulse? Not once did they check for a pulse. And that man is now dead over a bad freaking check. Now, what obviously makes this worse is that man, George, is a black man. And the officer sitting there with his knee on his neck was white. And the officer standing there not checking for a pulse was Asian. This is exactly why so many black Americans have a hard time trusting or believing that the police have their best interest at heart. Now, I'm the first to say, I do not believe that's the heart of all cops. I don't. There's a lot of good cops out there. There's a lot of good police men and women out there of all colors. But that crap right there, I don't know if it was racially motivated or it was just some cop thinking he was a badass and he could do what he wanted to, but that was murder. Absolute freaking murder. He murdered that man that was begging for his life over writing a bad check. Are you kidding me? Over writing a bad freaking check. Both of those police officers need to go to jail for murder. Period. There's no two ways about it. There's no any other two ways about it. That was an execution, and I really hope it didn't have to do with race, but it makes it really hard for any person in our country right now that understands the battle that me as a conservative is in. So many of my black brothers and sisters that are conservatives, that stand up for justice, truth, and understand that there is an agenda to try to drive this country apart through race. It makes it really stinking hard. It makes it really stinking hard. I have to go back to what I believe. This I do know. Donald Trump is not a racist. Is there an agenda? Yes. There's an agenda to drive our country apart and use any means necessary. But when cops do this stuff right here, it makes it really easy for the mainstream media, really easy for all the pundits to then use race as a reason for all this division. It makes it really easy for them to exploit an instance like this and drive further hate and division between all of us. I was getting ready to go in and eat. I saw this video. I can't even eat. And then immediately after watching that video, immediately, while they're all calling it out as racist, the next person I saw get out of a car was white. And I felt a tinge of, is he a racist? Because of that cop doing that crap to George Floyd. It immediately, even in somebody like me that's the quickest to give every person the benefit of the doubt, it immediately makes me look at everybody and wonder if they're racist, if they're white, if they're racist. There's only one way this should end for those cops. It should absolutely end with their charges, with them being charged for murder. Period. Both of them. They should be charged with murder. This should not be happening in the United States of America. I know there's been other instances where people say it's racist. I think it's cops that are high on that badge. And if they are racist on the backside of it, then it should be a hate crime as well. But those cops should absolutely be charged with murder. And I hope President Donald Trump calls them out for that. If he sees the video that I just saw, there's no way that anybody can see that video and say that that wasn't an absolute execution. The man was begging for his life and didn't get any help. And now he's dead over writing a bad check. Unfreaking believable. David J. Harris Jr. here.
I'm on that with whoever on that with me. No, I'm on kids. Fuck you talking about? Hands, pipes, this whatever. Fuck you talking about? I'm saying though, bro. We right here for this shit. We right here.
If y'all see the police on some bullshit, y'all go grab y'all. And do that.
Anybody right now with us, we can fucking come on here.
Because I'm going to say the same shit.
We already ran them over.
That internet director is the wrong way, though. That is what it is. That ain't the way to go, we all out here for the same reason. All of us out here for the same reason.
We talking about the police. Racist people, police, big weird, make plans.
We can talk all day. My shit on me. Whoever wants that. Fuck you talking about?
No. Fuck whoever wants that. Because now they're like this.
We out here. No justice, reform, no peace. Don't get no fuck day. We out here is what I'm saying, bro. Today, we right back. We're not drunk. I'm good, bro. I ain't trying to say somebody. I was fucked up.
are cowards. They are cowards. They can't fight without the motherfucking uniform. They need them uniforms. They can't fucking
Hell yeah. Singled out besides no one. Prosecute the police! No justice, no peace! 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 You gotta kill the police! No justice, no peace! Prosecute 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 the police! George Floyd! 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 What the fuck are you talking about, man? This is some bullshit. Some straight fucking bullshit. Why the fuck we gotta always die, man? Why the fuck? We can't walk down the street. We can't sit in our car. We can't motherfucking sit down and have a good dinner in our own house
can't even be sleeping
without
today
us.
and shit.
And thank you. Without us getting fucked up and killed. And the first thing that they punch and say is they scared.
That's right.
Well, what the fuck is you doing on the police?
Right.
Outsourcing if you so much
That's
scared?
right. That's right. That's right. Tell us, sis.
What are you doing on the police fucking force if you're scared?
Hello. That's right.
If you're scared, go to church.
That's right. Amen.
Go to church. If you're scared, go to fucking church. Don't be no police officer like why did this person look at my life? Man, fuck that shit. I don't give a fuck if George Floyd was out here standing he didn't deserve to die. When you got white people that sit up here like they ass down there. Are you serious?
Broad daylight though.
But we gotta get
That's how
me
bold they
down.
are.
Yeah. We're riding back.
That's how bold they are. They did it in broad daylight.
Right. I know. That's all we're doing. Like, why ain't nobody doing that? Y'all.
We gotta control the narrative.
Change.
We have to control the narrative.
Oh yeah, you know they in this room. Y'all are trying to see what's going on. Let's be real. Y'all fucking.
That's word. Tell us that. Tell us that.
Me? I ain't going.
I ain't going
Y'all
either.
call for backup. My own backup.
Thank you. Thank you.
Y'all
feel ready? Y'all feel strong? Hold on. I'm gonna get ready to quiet down, okay? Quiet down. Now give the signal, quiet down. Now when I say we move together, okay? The reason I say that is, we are passing Swedish right now. We are in the middle of a pandemic. And the people in these buildings have been supporting us and taking care of us and putting their lives on the line for us. That is not enough good. I need y'all to make some more. Now, as we go past these buildings, this block right here and the next one, as we pass, I need y'all to make as much noise as you possibly can. Can you do that? Can you do that? Can I get a confirmation in the megaphones in the back that we are ready? Are y'all ready? Let's do it now. Let's go. I need y'all to make some noise. Come on.